In a shocking development that's sending ripples through federal law enforcement circles, a suspected gang leader in Chicago has been accused of plotting to assassinate a senior U.S. Border Patrol commander. Federal officials say the alleged ringleader, identified as 37-year-old Juan Espinoza Martinez, offered cash bounties to capture or kill the officer, marking one of the most disturbing attacks on federal authority in recent years. According to a criminal complaint unsealed by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois, Martinez, believed to be a high-ranking member of the Latin Kings, one of Chicago's most violent and organized street gangs, was arrested Monday morning. He now faces a federal charge of murder for hire for allegedly targeting Chief Gregory Bovino, the commander-at-large of the U.S. Border Patrol. Authorities say Martinez used Snapchat to send out messages offering $2,000 for information on the officer's location and $10,000 for taking him down. The complaint also revealed that Martinez's messages included photos of the officer and were tied to ongoing federal operations known as Operation Midway Blitz, a joint initiative between DHS and Border Patrol aimed at dismantling gang-linked human trafficking and narcotics routes. U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros strongly condemned the alleged plot, calling it an attack on the rule of law. He stated that placing a price on the life of a federal officer demonstrates a profound contempt for human life and public safety. Boutros promised that under his leadership, the Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office will ensure that no federal officer has to fear for their life for doing their job. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed that Martinez, a Mexican national, entered the U.S. illegally at an unknown time. Investigators say his influence within the Latin Kings made him a powerful figure capable of directing violent retaliations. The complaint details that following a police-involved shooting on October 4th in Brighton Park, Martinez allegedly ordered gang members to arm themselves and patrol areas near 26th Street and South Drake Avenue, a known Latin Kings stronghold, to defend gang territory against law enforcement presence. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche commented that this case underscores the Justice Department's renewed commitment to tackling gang violence head-on. In his words, placing a bounty on the head of a federal officer isn't just a crime, it's an assault on every American who depends on law enforcement to stay safe. This is what we mean by taking back America. Every street, every neighborhood, from violent gangs back to the law-abiding citizens. The arrest came after a violent weekend in Chicago, where multiple shootings and clashes between gangs and federal agents left 29 people shot and 4 dead. In one related operation, 2 suspects were arrested after allegedly ramming federal vehicles. One of them, Marimar Martinez, was shot and wounded in the confrontation. Federal officials now say that Juan Espinoza Martinez will remain in custody pending his initial court appearance. If convicted, he faces life in prison or the federal death penalty under the murder for hire statute. Authorities emphasize that the case sends a clear message. Threats against law enforcement will not be tolerated, and every attempt to undermine federal operations will be met with full legal force. Before we end, if you want to stay informed about the most important and hidden stories shaping America's justice system, subscribe now to InsightPulse and turn on all notifications. Your support helps us keep uncovering the truth behind headlines. Stay alert, stay informed. This is InsightPulse, bringing depth to the news beyond the noise.